Despite many vain attempts, astronomers are refusing to back down in their search for the ninth planet, an unknown cosmic element that may well become our new home. Scientists are quite optimistic that with the introduction of the next generation telescope, this mythical planet will have no place to hide. But is there really a ninth planet out there? Or are scientists just running a fool's errand? Join us in today's video as we explore the solar system and join in the search for the mysterious planet that has long eluded us. The space is sensationally vast, but that's not enough deterrent for scientists who burn the night candles to search for new cosmic bodies. The same applied to Percival Lau, a wealthy 19th century travel writer and businessman who switched careers to become an astronomer after reading a book about Mars. His early astronomy career was marked by errors, false assumptions, and multiple failed experiments. But he remained committed and eventually launched a purpose-driven search to find the all-elusive ninth planet. It was a daring proposition to undertake, especially for a man who hadn't had much success in the industry. He wasn't going to achieve it anyway, because he died in November 1916. Nonetheless, Lau has so much belief that he willed a staggering $1 million to the project long before his death. Fast forward to February 1930, when a young and relatively untrained astronomer, Clyde Tombaugh, discovered Pluto at the Lowell Observatory. For a while, Pluto was recognised as the ninth planet until it was reclassified and the search for the ninth planet started all over again. But what exactly are we looking for? What is the ninth planet? Often referred to as Planet X, the ninth planet is a hypothetical interstellar object that orbits our Sun at a distance that's far beyond Neptune and Pluto. Initially, astronomers suspected that this planet was exerting on Uranus and Neptune. However, those suggestions were debunked by the findings of the Voyager 2 spacecraft in 1989. Hence, the search for our beloved ninth planet stalled yet again. Finding new planets is a pretty difficult task. The universe is filled with many cosmic elements: stars, moons, planets, asteroids, maybe aliens, and many other mystery objects or creatures that we haven't found yet. Most of them appear as tiny dots when viewed with telescopes, so it is incredibly hard to tell them apart. Konstantin Batygin, American astronomer and professor of planetary science at the California Institute of Technology, Caltech, said this about the difficulty in discovering planets. "I didn't have a particularly strong appreciation for just how difficult it would be to find Planet 9 until I started looking, together with Mike, using telescopes," says Batygin. The reason it's such a tough search is because most astronomical surveys are not looking for a single thing. We did a quick research on our part and we found this. Planets are usually much dimmer than the stars they orbit. This is because stars have their own lights, just like the Sun, while planets on the other hand do not possess light. So you know where and how to look when you next get behind a telescope. Back to the hunt for the ninth planet. In 2016, Batygin and Mike Brown, another Caltech astronomer who played a huge role in the reclassification of Pluto, revisited the search for the mystery planet by observing the planet 2012 VP113, which orbits around 5 trans-Neptunian objects. The odds of finding a cluster of cosmic elements like this one was almost impossible, except an external force was tugging them into position, about 1 in 14,000 to be precise. "We thought, this is quite interesting. How can this be?" Batygin said. It was quite remarkable because such a cluster, if left alone for a sufficiently long period of time, would disperse just due to interaction with the gravity of the planets. 24 months later, another trans-Neptunian object, the 2015 BP519, was also discovered to be on the same trajectory as the first 5 objects that we mentioned earlier. Following this discovery, the suggestion of a ninth planet being in existence made waves again. If it indeed does exist, what would it look like? This mystery planet should weigh about 10 times the same as our Earth. and according to reports, it would be located on the outskirts of the solar system, such that it would require between 10,000 to 20,000 Earth years for it to complete a full rotation around the Sun. It should be placed somewhere between Jupiter and Neptune and share most of the characteristics of both planets. What would it be called? For now, it is called either Planet 9 or Planet X, but the naming rights of an interplanetary object is usually reserved for the person who discovers them before it was submitted for approval by the International Astronomical Union. What if it's just an illusion? As much as we want to find this all-elusive Planet X, we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves just yet. There's still a long way to go before we get to the naming stage. Actually, a lot of experts have raised concerns about the existence of a ninth planet. A case in point is Kat Volt, an associate staff scientist at the University of Arizona's Lunar and Planetary Laboratory, which says the evidence that has been presented so far is mixed. There are disagreements about how strong the evidence is for the specific Planet 9 that has been proposed, but there are definitely some interesting things going on in the most distant trans-Neptunian objects, she said. Volk has a point actually, but if not a planet, what else could be holding the 6 objects at the Kuiper Belt together? Could it be a black hole or black matter? As the argument for whether or not a ninth planet exists lingers on, some scientists have submitted another mind-boggling idea, and apparently we may have been looking for the wrong cosmic object. New hypotheses have put forward a new question. What if Planet X, that has eluded us for decades, is a baby black hole? Black holes are formed by the death of gigantic stars, hence they're usually at least 5 times the size of the Sun. However, this new theory believes that under certain conditions, smaller black holes could have been formed. These primordial black holes could be somewhere hovering around the solar system unnoticed, because in reality, scientists haven't bothered to find them. With the present confusion at hand, we could be forced to look for them. However, they're tiny elements about the size of a grapefruit. What is next? In the past, astronomers had a hard time searching for Neptune, but eventually they did through some heavyweight mathematical calculations. So far, that hasn't worked for Planet X. The Dark Energy Survey is yet another initiative that could lead us to this elusive planet. It's a global effort to identify hundreds of millions of galaxies as a means to unveil the mystery behind dark energy. The Dark Energy Survey has some of the deepest resolution images, which means we can see objects that are 100 times fainter than in other surveys. Matthew Belyakov, a student at the University of Pennsylvania Physics Department Astronomy, said, "So, in the process of mapping out this enormous amount of galaxies, scientists might stumble on Planet 9. But if not, we hope that the Vera-Rubin telescope, which is currently being developed in Chile, would bail us out." Scheduled to enter service in 2023, this 8.4-metre sky exploration equipment is equipped with a 3,200 megapixel camera, the largest ever fitted into a telescope. According to reports, the Vera-Rubin telescope will probe more parts of the universe than all existing Earth-based telescopes have done combined. With the help of this revolutionary space exploration machine, scientists would not only be hunting down the ninth planet, but they'll also be able to discover about 20 terabytes worth of space elements every night. This will undoubtedly shed more light on some of the current mysteries about the universe. However, there are no guarantees that even this sophisticated telescope will sniff out the all-elusive ninth planet, because potentially it could be an entirely different object. But whatever it is, scientists remain hopeful that we'll find it soon. "I think every year that goes by, we're getting closer to eliminating it," Kat Volt, a planetary scientist, said. "I think we will get a decent answer within my career." She added, "I'm sure there's something pretty big out there. I don't know if it's going to be the Planet 9 that was predicted, but I'm sure we'll find some exciting large objects."